United States Senator Hubert Humphrey of Minnesota informed me last night that in the event Tarrant County has a preferential presidential primary, that he will visit the county and extended his greetings to his many friends that he has in this county.
Do you anticipate that we will, in fact, have that election?
Yes, I think that we will. Dr. J.D. Tommy has informed me also that on February 14th, he will ask the Democratic Executive Committee of Tarrant County to authorize the primary the presidential primary in connection with the regular primary in May. And I anticipate that that recommendation will be followed. Also, I'd like to report that we received word from an aide of United States Senator Muskie of Maine that Senator Muskie also plans to visit Tarrant County in connection with his presidential campaign and the primary.
At the conclusion of the test, and after a study, Mr. Wheeler told me this afternoon, along with my wife, that it was his opinion that there had been no suspicion that could be justifiably or directed by any member of my family.
Do you know who the offenders are?
I'm not afraid to say of who that I would think at this moment.
Isn't it true that you know, though?
It's true that I have more than an opinion.
Strong suspicion?
Strong suspicion.
Yes, it would. We feel real fortunate to have the record we have right now. Of course, we feel like we've got a good ball club, and we've been playing pretty well here lately. We've started playing with a little more consistency in the last couple of weeks or month than we started out. We started out playing well one night, and then the next night we didn't play so well. So we have started playing a little more consistent, and this is helping us.
Would you analyze that big surge that you had last night that enabled you to defeat Cameron?
Well, we rocked along with Cameron last night, and in about the last 10 minutes, we were ahead 60 to 59. And then we just kind of caught fire and started running, and defense started playing real well, and we scored about 40 points in the last 10 minutes there to do a real fine job, which was probably one of our better spurts that we've had.
Yes, sir. Well, I think, the team's getting together and we're playing pretty good ball, so it's doing all right.
Ready to go after SMU then?
Yes, sir. Going to try, we're playing good. I think we've got just as good a chance as anybody.
What classification are you?
I'm a junior right now.
Then you played in last year's game, right?
Yes, sir.
Do you feel you play a better game than you did then?
Yes, sir. I was pretty scared that last game, so we're settled down this year. We're ready to get after it.
Well, I've had a few of them, but I don't think I've played up as well as I could so far. I hope to get one good game in yet before the season ends.
Did you contribute any of those 40 points in that big surge last night against Cameron?
A few of them. I was got a few fast breaks, but I think Chris Davis was our main shooter in that one.
Yes, I think we have a better ball club than we had this last year, and I think we'll be able to beat them too with the speed and the quickness we have.
What kind of a game can we look for from Dallas Baptist? A fast run and shoot game?
Yeah, I think so. I think we'll try to get the fast break as much as we can.
This morning's meeting showed even more than usual the Commission's sensitivity to newspaper editorial writers. Only once was there a comment about what the people think, and that was when Judge Howard Green mused, "We're heroes to the people in the courthouse, and we're bums to 700,000 folks at home." The judge had made comments publicly yesterday to the effect that the county auditor, Jack Benson, would refuse to certify the new proposals, not because of the furor they had raised, he said, but because it would put the county over budget for 1972.
It's a simple matter of arithmetic. If you subtract the present cost, or the cost in 71 of for the general fund of $258,000 from the $350,000, you come up with approximately $92,500 more that the plan will cost for the year of 1972.
Commissioner Jerry Mebus, who had been charged with laying the blame on his fellow court members, offered an alternate plan. Then Commissioner Richardson offered a motion of his own.
Leave the car allowances as is on other employees. Start usage of tickets on mileage to be checked periodically by the auditor's office.
We have stated all along, I have, and I've heard nearly everybody on this court state, that right now, based upon experience in other major counties, we operate the car allowance system cheaper than any other major county in this state. So what we're doing, as I said before, it seems we're appeasing somebody that just wants to do it different. With that and I was willing to go along with this change, but with that in mind, I plan to make a substitute motion that we do it just like we were doing it.
As it finally worked out, everything at the Little Red gas pump is back just like it was, and everybody who works for Tarrant County got a 5% pay raise. But the general feeling in the courtroom this morning left little doubt that there are more changes blowing in the wind. Jerry Taff, Channel 8 News on the Move, Fort Worth.
The reason the City Hall is not mentioned specifically as a particular item, it is included as a part of the Water Department program. An additional amount of $1.5 million is included to bring their proportionate share up for the use that they will make of the City Hall. And we are getting figures together, and there's a good possibility that this will provide the funds that will be needed to build the City Hall.
To the individual taxpayer, it would mean that if this bond issue passes over a period of about 3 years, he could expect his tax rate to increase on his property taxes up to approximately 11 cents. Now, applied to the owner of a $10,000 home, this would mean that his taxes would increase by approximately 50 cents a month, or $6 a year. The owner of a $20,000 home would pay approximately $1 a month, or $12 a year more.
First of all, Dallas has greater character than most cities in the country, and I consider this a great challenge, and I believe the people of the city of Dallas will consider it a challenge. We have a great history here of passing capital improvement bond issues, and this is a people-oriented program, one that I believe can be really accepted by all sections of the city.
No election date has been set for the program outlined today, since officials want to talk about that a bit more. But the city fathers hope the election can be held under the current voter registration rules in Dallas, and if that's to happen, the election would have to be held before the end of February. Jack Hill, Channel 8 News on the Move at the Dallas City Hall. Doctor, do you think it's significant that you're here by yourself and speaking only as an individual and not representing a group of doctors?
It's sort of been sprung on us in the last few days, and nobody has had the time or the inclination.
But it's been before the city council.
Would come if they weren't operating this morning, or if they could get here.
But it's been before the city council, Doctor, for some time, has it not? You've been aware of this, have you not, Doctor?
Really, I've heard some rumors of it, but very little. I know some of the things that's gone on. I knew that they were discussing it, but as far as having consensus, I don't know that anybody's taken a poll among the Dallas doctors to see whether they...
It appears that the city council will vote, though, on Monday in favor of ambulance service within the fire departments. What do you have to say about that?
Monday. I would plead for them to table it until a few of the other people interested could be appraised of it and get their consensus on it.
Alliance of Business.
Dr. Richburg, could you explain concisely for us, please, why you feel the city ambulance service should not be within the fire department?
Primarily, I think it's the use of government institutions for doing a non-government function. I do not think the government should provide, quotes, free medical care unless a person absolutely has to have it.
But the government
the government should provide free transportation when the difference of free transportation means that they should not.
But the government of Dallas already is subsidizing the current ambulance service, is it not?
This is what I think needs to be investigated and needs to be corrected.
More, I think that it is quite possible.
Do you really think that these men who are just, in some of the cases, glad to be working at all are going to think very seriously about striking?
Yes, strictly to show Mr. Nixon that we are strong.
In Dallas, in the Fort Worth area, how do your people here feel about the possibility of a strike? Are they even prepared for one?
Well, any strike would not come immediately. It would. They would have time to prepare themselves.
Mr. Meeks, the pay board has made its decision, and your people will meet tomorrow. What exactly are you ready to settle for? What's your lowest dollar price?
We want it all.
Is it going to be all?
It's our money. The company, LTV, has agreed with the union. There's no problem between the company and the union. The problem is with Nixon's pay board.